What's up, y'all? A lot of people ask me, how did you buy a property 5 months after you got out of prison? And this is how I did it. This is the whole breakdown of how I got my property 5 months after I was released from prison. So I told y'all, I just simply asked my landlord if he had a building that he wanted to sell. And he ended up selling me this duplex right here. This is the complete breakdown of the contract. So what I did, I don't know if I mislead people, but I did have money saved up and I did make money in the stock market. So I had $10,000 and that was my down payment. So you do need a little bit of money in this case, but not in every case. So don't let this case be make you think you need a whole lot of money. So what me and my landlord did, we signed a lease with an option to purchase. So what that means is I give him $10,000, $9,500 in this case, and he leases me the property. Now, I'm the landlord. I have control of the property. But if I do not pay him within a certain amount of time, he takes the property back. So that's what a lease with an option to purchase is. All right. So what he did was he told me, hey, Donald, I'll sell you this duplex for $95,000. Okay. And the duplex already had a tenant in it. Right. So the tenant would essentially pay most of the mortgage and I would pay the rest. So on the $95,000 purchase price, the duplex ended up being worth $91,000. So that means I had $4,000 in negative equity. I bought it for $95,000, but it was only worth $91,000. That wasn't a good deal. And the reason why I did this is because I knew the long-term effects of it. Now the duplex is worth $130,000. So I bought it for $95,000, it's worth $130,000 now, even though it was worth $91,000 then. So those could be the long-term effects. So we always thinking about long-term when we doing investments. So I gave him the $9,500 down payment. I gave him 10% down, and he gave me 3 years to come up with the rest of the money. So I gave him $9,500 and I owed him $80,000. Now, to come up with the rest of the money, I needed to go into a bank and get the rest of the money. But remember, I was 5 months out of prison. So a bank will not loan it to you if you don't have 2 years on your job, if you don't have a decent credit score. So over that 3 years, until I refinanced it, that's what I did. I went into a job and I worked a job for 2 years, steady income. And then I built my credit at the same time. So that's why credit is very important when dealing with real estate. And that's why having a long-term job is very important when dealing with real estate. So if you're not gonna work at that McDonald's for the next 2 years, don't even start if this is your goal to get into real estate. Now, I gave him $9,500 and he charged me 10% interest. All right. So as you know, if you don't have credit, you pay a lot more in interest. 10% interest is a lot. So if you ever trying to buy a property, do not go for it if it's not under like 6%. 6% is what we have right now, and that's high. So usually 4%, 5% is where you want to get to when it comes to interest. This was at 10% interest. So that means I'm paying $1,000, $1,065 a month for this property. And the tenant is only paying me $750 of that. So $315 is coming out of my pocket personally to have a 3-bedroom home. That's not very bad, right? But the thing with that is barely any principal pay down. So that's one thing you consider too. So this is the exact same thing I did to get into real estate 5 months after I got out of prison. It's not hard. You just have to find the deal, and finding the deal is the hardest part. Now, like I said, is doable, and the reason I always recommend real estate is where can you find a house for a 3-bedroom apartment for $315 a month? Nowhere. So that's why I encourage real estate.